cool. So, how do I want to start this? All right. All right, so Donnie Chen, thanks for the follow, man. All right, so Big House 5, me versus the Moon. Last time the Moon and I fought, it was at CEO 2015, and he spanked me kind of hard. I had just lost to Armada, his Fox, and we played again for 9th place to get into top 8, and he just like 2-0'd me real quick, and I just felt pretty lost in that match. So, you know, coming into this match, I was a little more prepared mentally. Like, you know, this was the first round of the bracket, so you know, I wasn't just coming off a loss. I also like thought about our last set that we played really hard, and things that I could do differently. Like, for example, hold my ground in neutral a lot more. My game plan for this set was really to put the Moon off the stage, or, you know, in the corner the whole time, and make him try to make the moves to get into center stage. But, you know, again, I don't think Ryan played his best this set. In fact, like when we were walking onto the stage, he goes to plug in his controller, and he like yawns, and I didn't know whether to take that as like a mind game. Like he was saying like, oh, just another SFAT, or, you know, he's just really tired and stayed up late the night before. Regardless, though, I was gonna kick his ass. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna highlight in this set a lot of edge guards that I do that are pretty crucial against Marth, and kind of how I like to play the neutral. So let's get into it. All right, right off the bat, like, check this. He swings, he comes down with a forward air, and I just immediately dash dance grab. Boom. Up the upright. Good smash on his part. You know, usually, what is this ad? Usually when I fight floaties who I can up throw up air, I'll usually go for the back air. No. I'll go for the up air until they prove to me that they can smash the up air. All right. You know what? I am gonna turn. I'll leave it on for now. But I'll usually up air until they prove to me that they can smash the up air, and then I start going for back airs, and then eventually you mix in the up airs again, right? But so all right now I'm just going for up airs. He smash died, you know, a few of my up airs already, so I decided to mix it up, start going for back airs, and then boom, this edge guard right here is a super free edge guard versus Marth, especially on Battlefield, because he can't sweet spot, or, you know, he can't ride the wall, and so it's a lot harder for him to sweet spot. And because of that, you know, you just grab the ledge, do the get up off the ledge, not a get up attack, do the get up right here, and then when he up Bs, you just drop down and shine him, right? Boom. Because, like, the way Marth's up B works is, like, there's an initial hitbox, and then as he descends, there's no hitbox, so he's totally vulnerable to hit. So you kind of wait for that hitbox to go out, and then you shine him. Oh my god, Phantom. That was a little questionable anyways. I was pretty far away. So see, like I mentioned earlier, my game plan this set was to really just put the Moon in the corner and see how he responds out of it, right? So he chooses to jump right here. Boom. Free. How much percent was that? How much percent was that back there? I want to say it's like 15%. Oh, yeah, 14%. Oh. See, so now you see me doing a lot of back airs, right? Because he's shown me that he's good at smashing on the up airs, but you know, you always got to mix it in. You always got to mix it in again. He comes up with the counter, and I make note of that, right? that's a pretty unorthodox recovery, so I try to not get tricked too many times by it. Nice, good. That was good recovery by him. He just like got up there quick. I think that was no impact. He just kind of like jumped up there. Boom. Was not ready for that. But I also wasn't too worried, because first stocks are always they're always the feeling stocks. So he goes for the counter again, right? And I'm not falling for it this time. It's not gonna happen. But like I said before, it felt like the moon's movement this set was just a little bit off. He wasn't, it wasn't really as threatening as he's been in the past, even in friendlies. Nice, okay. But look, like, I regain center stage, and then I just put him in the corner again. And then boom, this edge guard, we see this edge guard again. So you grab the ledge, and then when they try to jump for the ledge, that's when you do the get up. And then they do their up B, and you just shine them. Boom. And it's the way to as Marth, the way to respond to that is just to do a tighter sweet spot, or to up B higher. Up B, like the way he could have gotten around this was, if he had just up B'd right there instead of going so low. Like, this really only works when Marth does low up Bs. But of course, like, if he up B'd high, then I just would have, hit him again on stage or something. So again, constantly a mix up. All right, my movement started getting a little choky right there. Boom. That's cool. Up tilt. Ooh, he tries to go for the regrab, but not having it. So, okay, at this point, what I'm thinking is, like, I just need to build percent on him, right? Marth dies from up throw up air at... Fuck. We did the percents, didn't we?
I'm sure it's like 85 at most.
They're in my notes. I don't know where my notes are, but they're like online. Yeah, I think he dies at like 92 or something, 94, something like that to up throw up air. So I'm really just looking for that percent. Oh, I try to style a little bit. I was feeling myself. There's a little bit of a crowd, some New York versus Cali crowd in the back. You see Gloria and G Money somewhere. But yeah, so I think Ryan had he wasn't using his real controller. He was using like someone else's controller, which may have been why his movement felt so weird. All right, so he goes back to Battlefield. I'm okay with this. Now that we played a game and I kind of gotten a feel for what his movement is like, I try to turn it up a little bit. And I do this for almost everyone I play with, right? I'll spend the first couple stocks, or first couple stocks or game even, to just feel out the opponent. And then the next stock, I just abuse all the habits that I learned in that one game or a few stocks. All right, this could have been a little better. Yeah. I mean, just should have like reacted right there. Should have tech chased with up air. Like, he's just I'm not letting him on the ground right now. He's kind of stuck in the air. So let's see how he responds. I put him in the corner here. He aerials out, but then he dashes back to the corner. Rolls back even to the corner. He's just, at this point, he's definitely just doesn't want to fuck with me too hard. He's trying to look for that gimp. Does that counter again? Only works once, man. Those gimmicks like that will they don't work more than once. Oh man, this is just destruction. Destruction. So let's see how he responds out of this one. So instead of, instead of even trying to like fuck with him by the corner, I chose to just like run back to center stage and rack up some damage, right? Because again, Marth will dive. Okay, dead? Yeah. What percent was that? What percent was it? It was like 95? Okay. He was at 95 when I threw him. Yeah. Yeah. So really there I was, I saw that he was about kill percent, right? And I just needed a couple more lasers and then up throw up air. Also, it's kind of like a mental thing. When you're this far ahead on your opponent, don't give them anything for free. Just, look for that kill. Look for the kill. What percent are they at? What percent will they die at? And then go from there. You don't need to like fuck around near the ledge. Maybe I shouldn't have said fuck, but whatever. Ooh, okay. See, he tried to mix up his timing there a little bit. Okay, I remember I started getting a little bit complacent here and started getting a little bit too cocky. I was moving a lot, but I wasn't really hitting him. Okay. Bad angle. Okay, this is where he starts to cook a little bit. It's very easy to, say not to fuck with people on the ledge, but then in the middle of the game, it's very easy to just like go to the ledge because you just want to hit them. But you got to remember, like, efficient kills. Remember how to get the kills, right? Don't just try to force the ending. Okay, so again, I saw that he was at a percent where, he's gonna die really soon to up throw up air. So I just try to get that extra percent. Ooh, he's definitely taking advantage of my my crouch canceling. Ooh, but I eventually find the grab. But I want to point out, like, right here, this is a very common situation that people find themselves fighting against Marth. They're at like 0%. They get up throw onto a platform, and then they get up tilted or up aired, right? And then they just get juggled forever. But if you're below, I want to say 30, possibly even 40, you can just hold down when they do this up air or up tilt, and nothing will happen. And so I choose to just jump to the top platform immediately, to be safe. Sometimes you get knocked down, but you can tech still. Like, oh man, I wish I could show you guys an example, but you get up tilted and you get tumbled down, right? But you can just tech that. I think that works about like 45%. And then just eventually find the up throw. Boom. But he turned it on the last couple stocks. So good stuff to Ryan. Hope to play him again soon. All right. Boom. Cut.